Last night on The Bachelorette.
Awesome! Wicked cool!
It came.
She's finally here. Tayshia Adams is our new Bachelorette. No more cheeky little teasers from production, no more speculation. She came out of the limo and that means no takesies backsies. No takesies backsies, okay? She's our lead. And it comes after an exhausting first 3 episodes of the show that was dominated by Dale and more Dale. And you'll be happy to know that this episode is also dominated by Dale. But it wasn't bad. It was that feeling like when you take an aspirin and know things are going to get better because the end's in sight. But let's not draw this out any more than we need to and get right into this episode. And please, now that Tayshia is the lead, no posting spoilers for what goes down with her unless it's been sleuthed out. So we left last week at the end of the Bachelorette Roast group date, where Clare got mad at the bros for ribbing on her guy Dale too much, and she awarded herself the rose for the night. Allegedly, it was this moment that, according to producers, made them realize they needed to swap Clare out for someone new. And now it's time for Chris Harrison to do precisely that, because while the men sit down to complain about the previous night, Chris Harrison sitting down with Clare to say, hey, what the
Don't.
Yeah,
Did you guys talk at all before the show?
not one bit.
Whoa, Chris Harrison is swearing?
Oh, my freaking ears!
What are you feeling? And be totally and completely honest with me. No.
Oh my, parents, turn your kids away before they start coming to the dinner table like this.
I said I don't want any damn vegetables.
All right, that's it, young man. No Bible stories for you tonight.
Oh,
So Clare basically says she was looking at Dale's social media profile all while waiting for the show to come back, and it's there where she fell for Dale. And since then, she's not been able to look at anyone else in the same way. He just feels like her match, and that's it. So Chris and Clare give each other the stare down and say, what do we do from here?
So in your mind right now, is this over?
And with that, it's time for the famous line. Come on, say it, Chris Harrison.
Okay. Congratulations, you've just blown up the Bachelorette.
So it's time for Chris Harrison to go take care of some in-house maintenance, aka break the news to the other guys, who are sitting here really just confused as to what's going on.
Going into tonight, I'm just kind of looking to get a little bit more clarity from Clare.
So that's where they got the idea for all those puns in the previews.
You want clarity. You want us to clarify. But you don't have top secret clearance.
Now, Chris Harrison grabs all the guys and says, I just talked to Clare, and there's not going to be a cocktail party tonight. No rose ceremony either. And then, this.
And I will see all of you tomorrow. Dale, can I talk to you outside real quick?
Yep.
Thanks.
And all the guys collectively gulp as they realize, uh-oh, I think this thing's over. Now, while Chris Harrison is telling Dale to go find the pants that Clare stole from him and get ready for a special date, the other men are speculating as to what's going on.
Dale is not her guy. That. It is so early.
Which is pretty funny to hear until you realize Blake is also out here saying, whoa, 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 guys. Kanye West could still win this election. It's not over. So night falls upon La Quinta and Clare is getting nervous. She's ready to tell Dale how she's feeling, and she's just hoping that those feelings are mutual. And dang, Claire's biggest success of the season has got to be this dress. Like, she ain't messing around. She's ready to lock this guy down. Kind of reminds me of the outfit that Tayshia wore at her fantasy suite date with Redacted. And surprise, surprise, this date, just as we speculated, was from after Clare decided to end the show and only pick Dale. And we're already doing a fantasy suite date at episode 4. Oh, and if you think that's fast, just wait till later. Now, the two sit down and finally get to talking about the details of each other's lives, like this moment.
James is my dad.
James,
Lily's my mom.
Lily.
Yeah.
All right.
Which collectively had everyone in Bachelor Nation yelling,
Harry Potter. Harry Potter! Harry Potter!
So James and Lily met, got engaged after no time at all. Sound familiar? And they then gave birth to the Chosen One, destined to become the Bachelorette and defeat Harrison who shall not be named. And once these two connect on family, especially with Dale's mom passing and Claire's dad passing and her mom currently being sick, it's time for Clare to let Dale know how she feels.
All I know is that I'm so falling in love with you.
But what remains to be seen is, what will Dale say? Is he on the same page as Clare after only a few weeks, even days?
I'm falling in love with you through this process. Like, I'm not afraid to say that at all.
Oh, so you know what that means. Fantasy suite time. Production pulls out the winners of Listen to Your Heart, Chris and Bri, to serenade the two, and then it's time to hit the bed and, oh my.
Don't let your kids watch it!
The next morning, that fabulous dress of Claire's is on the floor, and Clare and Dale are relishing in their love story. But all the while, there are still a bunch of guys hanging around wondering what the heck is going on. So, it's time to freshen up and pull the band-aid on this season. Chris Harrison sits down with Clare and says it's time to start that next step.
The next step? Proposal.
Excuse me? Already? They're actually going to do this thing after like 2 weeks. When I tell you, this season is exhausting me. Watching these episodes has me like... But before a proposal, Clare has to dump her like other 15 boyfriends. So she sits the guys down to say, hey everyone, I just want to let you know, I boinked Dale last night. I got the D, the Dale. Blake is in shambles, and it's Kenny here who's the most vocal about how upset he is. He wants an apology from Clare.
Because like the conversation we had, I could tell your head wasn't there. You know what I mean? I'm talking to you, but it's like, I don't think you really cared.
And frankly, I'd be upset too. We'd all be. How often is it that you get dumped and feel happy about it? Especially after coming all this way into quarantine. Add to that, Kenny's also expecting at least 100,000 Instagram followers to come his way by the end of this, and Claire's putting that in jeopardy. But Clare says, I'll apologize for wasting your time. I'll apologize if I hurt you.
But I'm not going to apologize for love.
As you shouldn't.
Jason, the Sir Jorah Mormont of the season.
I'll always love you. Goodbye, Khaleesi.
So Clare says her goodbyes to the other men, ending her time as the Bachelorette. And all the while, Chris Harrison is on the phone with Neil Lane, who tells Chris, you ain't finishing a season without me, before Chris sits down with Dale to update him on what's gone down that morning.
I can tell you that Claire broke up with all the other guys today.
Which means, Dale, we're on the final step. So go and meet Clare and, propose, dude. And I was watching this like, Dale, blink twice if he has a gun on you. Dale? No? Okay. So now the question becomes, will Dale actually be ready to propose? Will he show up with a ring after such a short amount of time with Clare? Night hits, and Clare arrives with Chris Harrison to take her place at the final rose location. After a few minutes of waiting, Chris Harrison walks in and...
There's something I need to tell you.
What?
Just want to say, we are so proud of you.
Oh, Chris Harrison with one last fake out. Hey Clare, I have something to tell you. Dale is not coming. So Dale arrives, the two profess their love for each other, and Dale actually does the thing.
Claire, will you marry me?
Yes. Oh my.
And there you have it. We really shouldn't be surprised. This season has been lightning fast up to this point, so why wouldn't it finish this way? Dale gets the final rose, and they walk off to their room to celebrate 2 doors over. And that's the end of the season. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll be back in January with Matt James' edition of The Bachelor. And hold up, is that Chris Harrison?
So gentlemen, what I'm here to tell you is that your journey is not over.
That's right, the journey is not over. We have a new Bachelorette coming in. And these men now have to decide whether or not they can continue with the season, and if they can get over Clare leaving, or if they can't and want to leave the show. And they have till that night. Now, most men are excited, but the main holdouts are Blake and Jason. Blake has basically been in shambles all episode, and Jason is still thinking about how much he opened up to Clare on their therapy date. Now, when all the men gather, Blake is there, but no Jason, leaving the men wondering if he's already left. But just as Chris Harrison comes to enter,
There he is.
Jason's in. But bear in mind that this doesn't mean some of these men, like Blake as well, won't leave at some point anyways. But now that all the men have arrived, Chris Harrison is here to introduce us to our new lead. Here she is. Tayshia. She's finally arrived. It's real, she's here in front of Chris Harrison, and she's about to meet the men. Unfortunately, though, they pulled this out with 2 minutes left in the show. So Tayshia walks in all sorts of nervous, and the guys await her all sorts of nervous, wondering what could possibly be in store for them.
There's a certain level of anticipation and nervousness about the whole thing. You know, there could be someone that walks in that I'm not attracted to.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, Zach. I wouldn't worry about that. And there you have it for this episode of The Bachelorette with our new lead, Tayshia. I'll be back with a preview for the next episode tomorrow, and Tayshia's journey is going to really begin at our usual time on Tuesday next week. And for the recap for that episode, I'll also be dishing on who I think could be the final pick for Tayshia, so be sure to keep tuned to the channel, subscribe for more content, and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake, out.
Like I'm not being punked or anything.
No, you're not being punked.
Okay.
No.